Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this evening or this morning. Today, we're going to be talking about thought categorization before our meditation portion. And thought categorization starts off thought pattern dissolve process. And the thought pattern dissolve process is a method we use to help get at our thoughts and really the underlying emotions. And the process feeds directly into the other work that we do in meditation because it exposes our underlying emotional system and makes it very easy for us to bring in all the supportive energy that we're blessed to have to help us out. So it's something that helps open us up so those energies can easily come in and and do the rest of the work and the heavy lifting for us. So we start off the process, and that's the part we're going to cover today, that we start off with a categorization. And just 1 second. The categorization is something that's especially important in the beginning because it allows us to get a handle on the thoughts that we have over there. We need to take stock and find out generally what's there, what's lurking around. And then that gives us a baseline. And we'll be able to see as we go along in this process, we'll be able to see and look back and see how have we addressed those categories. Are some of the categories not there anymore? Are some of them a lot lighter? Have we made progress on some of those categories so we're not really, really deep into the thinking on them as we used to be? So particularly in the beginning, it's important to take stock. And then I also come back to this process again in the beginning, probably a couple of times to make sure we really do know all the categories and make sure there aren't at least major categories that we've forgotten about. So it could be a week or two from now, you think back and in the past week or two, has there been any rumination or thinking on other topics that we might have missed? And then I do highly recommend writing it down. And it's helpful to do a pencil on paper write down because that kind of helps get thoughts out of the head. It's a very nice way to do it. I also like to keep track as well online so I don't lose it and it's accessible to me. Again, especially as we're starting out in the process. So I have my list of what those thought categories are. It can be on a Google Drive file, for example, for those of you who like Google Drive. It can even just be in an email, a draft email that you keep handy. Just 1 second. So generally, that's how I like to think about categorization. So we're going to take a moment here. We'll ask for a little bit of audience participation to share what some of your categories are or what your categories may be. Um, some of the categories that I have or have had in the past. yeah, it could be areas of my life that I'm particularly concerned about. Um, so, I used to be extremely health conscious, and I always be worried about, does that little ache or pain mean something? Not that way anymore, but at one point, that would have been a major category for me. So that would have fallen into like a health anxiety category, or a health concern kind of topic. Um, if you have a particular, relationship or family member that you think about a lot, and you kind of have a lot of thoughts cropping up under that broad heading, you could call it, relationship topic. For example, there are, uh, it could also be about a job or a work situation, or, if you have a general job related thoughts, that could be another grouping. And it will differ from person to person. So I'll ask for a little bit of audience participation if um, if you guys want to share what some of your categories are, some of the categories that come to mind. It could be a thought that falls into a category now, or it could just be something that you've been thinking a lot about recently. Um, let's see. So if oh, it's just trying. Exactly. And we did cover a similar topic before, and I remember, Chaz, you and Edward shared on that as well. I think, I do remember what you shared was about other people in your life that you're concerned about. Um, but yeah, if you maybe you have another topic. When I first started this process, I had about 22 topics. So there were quite a few. So I'd imagine that people likely have more than one topic, because often what the brain likes to do is jump around a little bit from thing to thing. It likes to get kind of fixated and have you all wrapped up on something. But then if you kind of decide, well, I don't want to think about it, it does kind of keep it a little bit interesting for you. And it usually has a bunch of topics that it cycles through. So it can really monopolize your attention. And so it's not as easy for you to figure out what it's doing. So yeah, okay. That's a perfect topic. And I've had that as well. And I think a lot of people will have something like that in common. Yeah, exactly. Um, so yeah, declining health, declining vitality. It's a big area of concern. And the mind often does its best job at wrapping us into it when there is a kernel of truth in what it's saying. And so this is a perfect example. So there's some truth, or at least a kernel of truth, maybe more in our health concerns. The thing is, though, how much is it actually healthy for us to get wrapped up in the thoughts? And if they're, repetitive thoughts, or the concerns keep going around, every time we have those thoughts that are, negative like that, or even just repetitive, so we have the hormones released um, that aren't good for us, the stress hormones. And then also it's blocking all the energetic flow. So it's blocking all the information. So if we had a completely clear mind, we'd have creative thoughts coming in, and there'd also be an energetic flow coming in. And instead, that thinking is taking up that's all that space. So all that energy, healing light, vitality that we could have had and could have contributed to the very issues that the thoughts are trying to address. So if we had, the energy and the relaxation, and the less stress hormones, less cortisol, then I keep feeling tired. Yeah, then we wouldn't feel as tired, and we wind up having better health. So it's here we're in categorization. It's important to see what the categories are, and then as we progress um, in these series of classes, we'll go through the other topics, the other steps in some detail, and there's a step later on where we prove to ourselves how useful or most likely not useful the thoughts are, and that helps us move away. All right. So that concludes our class discussion topic for now. And we will now move into our meditation portion. The mudra that we'll use to get started is the cosmic mudra, which has the thumbs lightly touching each other, and the left fingers over the right. And we'll chant a mantra. Keep hearing background noise. Yeah, I think one of the participants is unmuted. And I'm really glad to see this participant there, but okay, I muted them. Thank you for that, Jazz. So we'll use that mudra, the cosmic mudra. You can rest it on your lap. After we chant our mantra, there's no need to remain in that mudra. I mean, you're welcome to use any mudra after that, or shift around however you feel comfortable. I do recommend the palms up one. It's a very good posture for receiving energies in healing, and you're welcome to shift to that or any other position that you're comfortable in. So do get comfortable. You're welcome to sit down on any sofa or couch. It's fine to lie down. It's just better not to fall asleep and have enough attention so you can focus on the experience and the sensations that you may experience there. So please chant along with me slowly. We'll sing this mantra. The sound of the mantra is clean, so it's like you're clean, like cleaning a house, but there's just an M at the end, so it'll sound a little bit like this. Clean. It'll sound a little bit like that, and we'll sing that together 3 times. And it's just a way of calling these energies in, calling my higher self, Yona, that dragon aspect, to call her in. And you're welcome to do this in your own time, anytime, even if I'm not there, especially if I'm not there. She's always eager to help out. Just have to give the word, and she'll be jumping over. And you don't even have to use a mantra, even thinking of her. She's very telepathic, and that'll be enough to get her attention. But the mantra is just a slightly more formal way. And if it helps you to, I don't know, have that intention, because it's something you're physically doing that's framing that intention, you're welcome to use the mantra. But if not, even the thought and that intention in any other way will be more than enough, and she'll be very happy and excited to join you wherever you are at any time. So we will now do our chanting, and then we'll have some light background music as well. So we have our mudra, and you're relaxed, and please chant along with me. Clean. Great. So now I do ask that you remain with your eyes closed as we do our meditation. That'll be helpful. be helpful to focus, kind of keep attention on the energies. So please do that, and I'll place some background music on in a couple of minutes. So I will individually focus as well on everyone for some time, and we'll do a little bit of round robin. So I'm going to start with Edward now. So yeah, I'm feeling very much into the abdomen area. And start shifting over to Jazz. And if you are at all able to keep your eyes closed, sometimes I do open mine just to, see what's going on. But if you are able to keep your eyes closed, that's great. And a lot in the head for you, Jazz, right now. focusing now on the left side of the brain and the left front part of it. Perhaps where a lot of that thinking is we want to get at and lighten up a little bit here and there. Going to move next to Vesna. So I will focus on you and tune in with you. It's great to see you here. It's the first time, so I'm really happy you came on. Do try to close your eyes. We may need a translation. You may not understand what I'm saying, but do try. For you, what I'm feeling is pretty broad-based. I actually feel activity generally everywhere from the throat to even below the belly button. So it's and you may be experiencing this as a generally emotionally kind of a slightly emotionally distraught sensation, because kind of that degree of activity over a large area can be overwhelming. So I am sorry for whatever may be going on your end, and I hope that in time in these sessions and with this work that we can address some of this. We're going to shift to Claudia. We're going to shift to Claudia right now. Of course, everybody's still meditating, and we have the group energy as well. But I'm going to shift my focus personally, attention-wise, to Claudia. I'm feeling in the chest area around the heart. And it feels like a tightness. Yeah, and I was feeling it like a bit more defined in the right heart and a bit more diffuse and warm on the left side, slightly lower. Now we're gonna move back to the group as a whole and work on our overall energy. So yeah, keep your eyes closed, stay comfortable. We're gonna take the energy up a little bit for all of us as a group. Be in the heart chest area as we focus there and climb our energies. So just relax. It may have been a long day, but that's okay. So just be open, stay open, let whatever wanting to come to you enter and come in its own way. So you need to hold anything back or restrict any parts of ourselves. The more open we are, the more healing can happen. There aren't any secrets we need to keep. And in any case, we're an open book for the healing forces. They know exactly how we are, where we've been, exactly what we need right now. Imagine some wind stirring up, some energetic wind coming up and caressing you as it moves around and clears the air from stuck energies that may be ready to move on for you. Bring in fresh energies, new thoughts, new ideas, new experiences. So let that come in for you. While recycling the energies in your environment. That's good. Stay relaxed, stay calm, stay with the energy, with the flow. Oh, very good. You were having some nice energies come in to help us out. So keep meditating and staying in the focus, just like you all are doing. And Edward, when I tune into you, last couple times, and this time I feel my whole pattern and depth and constriction around my breath is there, and I just think it's probably the weight and the strain on you, both physically as well as the heavy things you're working through at this time. For Jazz, the message that I did get is there is light. So I know that's pretty generic, and there's probably different ways we could interpret that, but it may mean that there are some brighter possibilities for you in the near future. Some significant opening in the crown. That's good. Keep resting. That state of calmness and tranquility. Be patient with this process. Takes time to make progress that we want. We're getting there little by little. And moving those energies around. And we're complete for today in our time in our process. You can all slowly start to come back in your own time, and we'll go around and see if folks would be interested to join in and share. We'll get to that in just a minute. And there were a couple of folks who had questions on the other stream. Okay, so we're saying hi to a couple other folks who've tuned in, Iris and Claudia, and we thank you both for being with us over here. And I do see the message that Claudia wrote. I'm going to take a moment now in my silence and prayers to ask for her support on that issue. So I'll just take a moment now for that. So if you're there, Claudia, I'm going to take a moment to respond to that particular request and energetically and tune into you. I feel a lot of vibrations and trembling as I do that. Wow, really very troubling situation over there. still getting quite a bit of shaking on this. And you can take a couple deep breaths with me now. I'm feeling things calming down on that front. So I very much appreciate you tuning in, Claudia, and letting us know about that issue and that concern. It was a personal matter, so I definitely respect that and welcome to have you here. Okay. Okay, perfect. Good to see your reply there. So I'm going to tune our music down. And for those of us in the Zoom, and I will put a link for that. Link for that there, in case Claudia or Iris would like to jump in for a second. So as we wrap up, to give the opportunity for anybody who likes, who feels called to share anything about their lives, anything that's on their mind, any topic of particular relevance to them, they're welcome to come off mute and speak what's on their mind.
Hiya.
Yes. Hi.
And if
Claudia.
you hear me well.
Yeah, I can hear you great.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, the trouble situation, I don't know. I have a lot change in my life right now, and yes, like I try new ways in all area. So yes, that can be a little difficult, and some entities, what I heard the last session and again right now. Yes, this was the problem what I have these days, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And also for this topic, I have problem a little with healthy. So yes, that was the most important.
Okay. Okay, definitely. Yeah, it's really important to address if there are, if there is anything in the field that we don't want, and it's not an issue like that I bring up. I'm even feeling some anxiety and tension as we're talking about it. But if there is that kind of an issue that's there, it's good to bring it up and and address it. And the dragon is, it's powerful, it's big, and if there is something that we don't want there, it can yank it out if necessary. So it's, as long as we give it permission, we're here in a state of openness. It's a good time. It's a good time for that.
Uh, yes, I think the problem is with healthy actually because I have a little problem with some area in brain. I don't know how it's in English. Let me check. Uh, like pituitary gland.
Pituitary glands? Okay.
Yes, exactly. And this is for access to Akashic field and change brain to other waves. Like sometimes I feel me trapped in one way and I cannot change the fast like that. So this is
You
the
feel
most
what?
problem because
You feel what in one way?
like I cannot make some choice in my life because I cannot think good about this. I don't hear sometimes my intuition. Sometimes I hear. Sometimes I saw that come some entities. Mostly in astral realm. I don't know why I have this. I can just think about, but I'm not sure. So yeah, this is the problem, like entities, and the problem with my brain. I think this is the base of the problems what I have right now. Like not this big problem, but it's like I don't see the clarity way in some ways in my life.
Okay. I'm taking a moment to think about that issue and see what
Thank you
pops
very
up.
much.
I got, again, I'm not getting like really lengthy responses, but I got storage. So it could be that there are just a lot of things stored within you, either potentially they're, calcification or more physical things that you've stored in that area over your life, or it could be entities that are stored in there, or even some of the emotional stuff that we usually deal with. Um, so we clean out that work to clean out that storage, then hopefully it will also open up the access to the pituitary, which is such an important area for the spiritual work and progress that we're trying to make. So so thank you, Claudia, for sharing that. And talking about Claudia's and maybe Claudia's, I do see a name that's very similar to your name, set with a C. Um, and it may be the first time we're meeting this Claudia here. So if you're there, I want to welcome you to the group in our meditation. It's really nice to have you with us this evening, or maybe early afternoon, depending on where you are. But if you'd like to come off mute and say hi, introduce yourself and share, you'd be most welcome to. So
Hi, Jonah.
yes, hi.
My name is Gloria, and it's my first time in the meditation. I live in Norway,
Ah,
um,
very nice.
and yeah,
In the same
and
time zone, you're just a little bit north.
yeah, yeah, in the same
Perfect.
time zone as in Germany. And I it's my first time here, as I said, and but I was feeling very strong to come when I saw you, because um, in the background you use is the Pleiadian chamber. I I I used to do when I meditate, and today I had a very strong, very
Okay.
difficult
Well,
day.
this is it's a Andromedan chamber, but I think we have very
Yeah,
strong
yeah,
relationships with the
yeah,
Pleiadians as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Both Andromedans and Pleiadians. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
very in
and
tune
they
with
can come
both
through as
of.
well for us here. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I had a very difficult day today,
Hmm.
in a lot of fronts. I'm used to that. I'm fighting for uh, for
Yeah, I know. I feel a lot of activity as I'm tuning
yeah,
into you.
yeah.
Okay.
I work day and night, and
Really?
within.
Day and night. Okay.
Yeah,
What are you doing
yeah,
over there in the days and nights?
yeah. On the days, it's very it's like a spiritual war when I'm at work, and
Okay.
yeah, it's very strong. Sometimes it's very difficult because I work with some Draconians and reptilians, and
Oh boy.
it's very difficult. So I have to be in tune all the time. I make meditations. Yeah, I don't know, a lot of times per day, and in the night
That's good.
also. Yeah, so I'm very in tune with them, and but today I had a very difficult day, and I know it comes from the Draconians, and
Yeah. No, and
yeah,
you weren't kidding. There was something serious going on. Like I felt like that vibration
yeah,
as we were trying to deal with it. So you're, yeah, it was
And when you were meditating and send the energy, I was just looking at the light all the time, and I was feeling very strong. And yeah, I feel that we have to come into all the people that can get in a meditation, because we are getting very very much attacks from the Draconian Empire, and they are really. I feel that they of course they don't want that the light wins, but I feel very strong that now in the upcoming days that is coming stronger and stronger, and we have to be in meditation, to go in meditation very intensely. I feel that very strong right
Well,
now.
meditation
I
is a good
know
thing,
how long.
especially when we come together as a group.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
And as we're talking, I feel some work going on for you in the Manipura chakra. So we'll work on your strength so you can keep the
On
fight in the battle going here.
which chakra?
The Manipura, so it's in the solar
Yeah,
plexus area. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Oh,
and
good.
and I hope we can get more into, because it's getting very strongly. I feel like that, because now is coming the
Absolutely.
upcoming days with the things that are coming in disclosure. So it's getting more and more intensified from the other front. So yeah.
Interesting perspective. So we'll have to be more in touch on
Yeah,
maybe on the
yeah,
Facebook Messenger here. Um,
yeah. Mm.
would anybody else like to go to wrap us up over here for today? Anyone we haven't heard from? Anybody else with something that they might like to share or express? Anything just to share with the group? Okay. All right. So then we'll wrap up, conclude our event for today. The next time we'll meet is tomorrow at the same time, and I hope everybody can make it. It was really nice being with you, spending this time with you. It's really interesting for me having all of you here and seeing our energies get to come together. So thank you for a great start to my evening, and I'll look forward to seeing you all soon. All right. Bye bye. Bye, Vesna.